So I just got back from that long fucking drive. Things with the notary went alright. Got that finished. It saw that that person wasn't there at my house, so stopped real fast to, just to check. And saw that she had my mama cat left there alone, so I made sure I grabbed her, of course, because, yeah. I'm really mind fucked right now. To be left in 4 years, just within the first, from October through April, so October 2019 to April of 2020, I got left 4 times, and that was within 6 months. And then I got left again later that year, over October, her birthday again. And then came back. We had a nice little Christmas, and then we barely got through most of 2021, other than we had, I don't know how many times I tried to talk to her, like, either quit obsessing over the family, otherwise you need to just fucking leave me so that you can get them all back. And she wouldn't listen to me. Oh no, my family doesn't dictate my relationships. Really? Because they just did. After her going around and defamating me like fucking crazy to everyone, accusing me of shit I didn't do, and willingly dealing with the shit I did do wrong, Ava. And so, and then be thrown in jail multiple times for shit I literally didn't do. And the fact that the courts, the DA, my attorneys, all of them had full access to my phone, my records, my emails, everything. What do you think they saw when I don't delete anything? They got to see the interactions between us. There's a reason why they recognized that, why they wanted to. There's a reason why they dropped everything and allowed me to just go to counseling like I requested. Because they wanted to drag her fucking ass into that courtroom, and I didn't allow it. I flat out said no. I just want to be done with this shit. See, that's, I was thinking of myself, right? Every time she kept fucking leaving me, she was leaving me for somebody else. And the fact that this time around, after I ended up shutting down. I didn't talk to her much for the last few months, everything, because what can I do? I got tired of being abused by our child. I got tired of being abused by her. I got tired of being fucking put on the back burner all these years. I got tired of it all. I got tired of being financially exploited, everything. And I was just doing exactly what my fucking attorneys and all of them told me to do when she first pulled her shit. Trying to throw me in fucking jail multiple times. To start keeping everything. And I did. I wanted things to work, and all I ever asked her to do was prioritize the fucking relationship, and every fucking fight was about her, why it's more important that she has these other people around, when it had nothing to do with me saying you can't have friends. It had nothing to do with that. It's the fact that your priority should be your fucking relationship, not other people. And then when you have the audacity to sit there and say, I'm trying to end this civilly, when they've been lying to me for fucking months, they've been cheating on me for fucking months, and on top of it, they lived at that house the entire time, completely fucking rent-free, didn't have to pay any fucking utilities other than help with a couple bills every now and then, because they were relying on my disability to keep the fucking lights on. The entire time they lived for free. And while they were doing that, they helped with food. And then they made a payment to electric once in a while. When they couldn't get it paid, couldn't basically get the county or state to pay it. I didn't know what my electric bill was at all until all this shit came down. To find out her and my son both stopped paying their fucking bills. My son's about to fuck my dad over big time on an RV because he hasn't been paying on it. And everything's going to affect his credit, not my son's. While I've been called a low-life piece of shit, everything else like that, and only thinking of myself the entire time, all I wanted to do was for a relationship to work. Only to be told that I was thinking of myself, because I'm sorry, but last I checked, if you're going to take the time to lie to somebody, cheat on them, milk them for everything they got, not even take in consideration of what you're doing to the animals and to the family involved, and you want to say that I was just thinking of myself. This one person and our child flat out fucking successfully destroyed a fucking entire family in just a few short years. And all it took was shit talking and lying. And that's why I got to the point I started listening to my fucking attorney and my therapist. Just make it public at this point. Let people see for themselves. I had my fucking life destroyed. Let's put it this way. From the time she walked into the hospital when my wife left me there, she knew I was disabled. When she walked in there and saw me in that state that I was in, she knew I was disabled. It took her it took her up until my wife got served, and for me to finally break it served with the divorce papers, because as soon as I found her living with another dude, it was like, no, it's over. It took almost months to get me to break down and hook up with her, because one, I was still married. I don't believe in that shit. I don't go fucking around with somebody, even if we're not living together and we're separated or things aren't working out. I don't go fucking cheating on my relationship. Not until I know it's completely over. And I don't even have any intent to meet anybody else. I don't go fucking going, yeah, I'm going to go look somewhere else and get interest somewhere else and then wonder why my relationship failed. Karma has a really big gift for that person. Because everything they said they hated in a person and in certain people, they literally became what they hate. Oh, and then I still got to cover for an electric bill that they never paid for in the last 2 months. It's going to be 3 months now. And I'll be sitting at almost $600. So yeah, she's been stealing from me. She stole from me, and it's like, even after selling my home, yeah, I could afford to go get an attorney and sue her for half that. For 42 months of rent. So I can tell you right now, I've spent $27,510 in those 42 months of paying for that house. And that's just the house payments. So should I go suing them for $13,755 for half of it? No. Because like I said, I think karma is going to pay them a really bad visit. The fact that they had the audacity to take my birth certificate, they, of all things, steal my FS card. You know, Mrs. Moneybags, who's doing so well, had to steal a disabled person's food stamp card. And then tell them they're thinking about themselves. Through all this. When all she's done is lied to her family, lied to my kids, our child, lied to her family, lied to everybody I ever fucking knew. And a lot of people I hadn't seen or talked to in a long time, and even refrained from talking to, because I was getting tired of getting accused of something anytime I talked to anybody she didn't approve of. Even if it was somebody she knew, and even possibly a mutual friend at some point. You know, I don't know how many times I got accused of cheating, and I find it ironic that the person who kept accusing me of cheating was the one cheating every time they fucking walked out. Was the one who turned around and has been lying to me the entire fucking 4 years we've been together. I have every right to be upset. I have every right to be angry. And I have every right to be extremely fucking hurt. But what I can tell you right now, where I was 4 years ago, when I got that home, I barely had a fucking penny to my fucking name, and I was struggling to do anything. Right now, I'm kind of still in the same position, but at least I know 30 days from now, I will not only have a new home, I will be able to start my own business and all. I'm in a better position than I was 30 days ago versus where I'll be in 30 days from now. Well, somebody else got where she is by destroying a fucking family, destroying the relationship between a dad and his children, and literally fucking cheating her way in. Anyways, yes, The drive was long. It was safe for most part. Things that, to a degree, were all right. Yeah, the script kind of flipped for a moment there because of the fact that at first I thought she had jacked all the paperwork for the title of the house and the deed, my current house that I just sold. And thankfully I went in and found it, but yeah, she did steal my birth certificate, my food stamp card, and all that shit. And I believe she's even got my younger son's birth certificate too, and all that. So I mean, yeah, I definitely reported her, and I even let her know that she needs to return that shit and leave it there at the house before she leaves, and all. Otherwise, yeah. And thankfully, for once, Klamath Falls Police Department was actually working with me for once. When every other fucking time they hung up on me. I've had enough of this shit, and to get told that they don't want to play my games. I'm not the one who's been lying all this time, literally cheating, exploiting them for their fucking income, leaving them broke, and taking the only card they had any type of money on it that I could control. Because any money I actually got went to bills. I paid the fucking bills, and now I'd get left with $50 to $75 a month. Anything I got from there, it was either because I was selling t-shirts on my website, or having to basically, I was working for the market for a little bit there until fucking this shit happened. So she cost me 2 jobs in the process. Yeah, I don't have a whole lot more to say. It's just been a really mixed emotion day. And yeah, I guess I'll leave it off with showing the pup. There's Ava. And there's Momo. And Andy. Here comes Masha. There's Tubby Bear. And there's Snoopy and Blue. Mr. Bear's up somewhere. Oh, and you can see Turkey Boy way up there. And Nana up there, poor girl. She's an old girl. I guess she's outliving her expected age for a red nose. And that brown on Masha is really starting to come out. Or Tubby and Andy. Yeah, this was the backyard I grew up in. It's the backyard my kids got to play in. Ride the old 3-wheelers in. We used to have forts down there inside the bushes as kids. And then we had a big fort that went around the tree here. And then to the right of it, there was this deep-ass hole that my brothers dug. It was like 5-6 feet deep. We used to play war in the backyard and over the fences, because we used to be friends with the neighbors that used to live right here and then on the other side. And all 3 properties, as kids, we'd be playing like war as kids. I was just the annoying little brother, though. There's Mr. Bear. He's been enjoying himself. All these dogs have been enjoying themselves for most part. Normally when they're at home, they're growling, barking. Like, even with food, like one of them, Masha, was a little bit of a food hoarder. We're not dealing with that here. The only time we deal with any type of growling type thing is when Mr. Bear doesn't want the other dogs on his bed. Or, like, say Masha or one of them has a bone and doesn't want the other dogs to take it. Other than that, they're not growling and barking over food. There's none of that going on. Downside is I can tell my mama cat's fairly traumatized with everything that's going on. She relaxed when she saw Coda and Misha in the car. She finally relaxed then because she recognized them, and of course she relaxed with me. She's a bit of a pain in the butt to get in the cat carrier thing at first, because she's been traumatized by all this shit. For somebody who said that, I was thinking to myself, she didn't think for shit about me other than how bad she was going to hurt me and all that shit, and she didn't think about what she was doing to all these animals, and she didn't even give a shit about what she did to this family. I believe karma is God's form of divine justice. Whether it's good or bad, most of the time, it's bad. You have to have some really good karma built up for the good side of karma to show up. But when you do something really fucked up, instant bad karma, and it's only a matter of time before she's like, okay. And that's why I'm not acting on this shit or anything like that, other than the fact that, yeah, she needs to return my personal information. Because that's some fucked up shit. She's done enough damage in fucking us up, fucking us over, and stealing from me for the last 4 fucking years to get where she is now. The fact that she works for a place that works with people with disabilities and are on spectrum. And that's the place that you call to report people who abuse others on spectrum and are disabled. And the fact that that's what she's been doing to me the last several years, especially the last 4 years. It was not physical. It was purely psychological, mental, and financial. Let alone the parental alienation, and then the parental alienation syndrome I was dealing with for my older son, and the fact that, yeah, she destroyed my life, and she wants to say I only thought about myself.